You're listening to the Precision Shooting Podcast, discussing all aspects of precision and long-range rifle shooting. This episode is brought to you by Impact Dynamics. And now, over to your hosts.
Well, hello and welcome to the Precision Shooting Podcast. My name is Rusty. Joining me tonight for episode number 141, the least organised we've ever been for a podcast, I do believe, officially. Andy, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Well.
I think we missed a couple of weeks ago, actually. We missed the recording because we had a COVID scare here and all good. So, but we were scared and so we called the podcast off because there was some testing in our household, and then we probably a little bit lax in coordinating everyone and everything to happen, and so I don't know if Bronte remembered that we were meant to be on tonight, but anyway, he's not here.
Yep, Bronte, if you're watching.
We miss you, man. We miss you. We are live on Instagram. We've never been live for a full podcast on Insta apart from the final show with the other lads.
Yep.
So this is something new. We had all sorts of challenges with webcams dying, other bits and pieces. So we're doing this. So if a little shout out to our Instagram. If you are following us on Insta, or if you aren't following us on Instagram, you probably keep it that way because it's all you get to do is see a live podcast once every 4 years.
Oh, well.
That's
all right.
Selling it, mate. I'm selling it.
Yeah.
Sizzle. Very good, man. How is your week, fortnight, month? How have you been?
It's gone quick, actually.
Hasn't it?
Yeah, very quick.
Far out.
Yeah, work commitments have been pretty flat out, so I haven't really had any trigger time. I did go into the safe and I found my Tikka mags are definitely made of metal. And when I found them, they were very brown.
Oh,
so
right.
I was a bit salty about that.
Good. Oh, as long as you were something about it.
Yeah, so, firearm and accessory maintenance 101 is to clean and oil properly.
Yeah, good lessons to put out there. Good lessons to learn.
No, well, I mean, the gun was fine. It was just the other little bits that you don't really think of when you put stuff away. And, it's been sitting in there for a couple of months and I pulled it out and I was like, damn it.
Oh, yeah, that's important.
Yeah. So,
Okay, very good. Well, I didn't even have a SD card to record onto tonight, so you're well ahead of me. I didn't oil or lubricate that at all. Couldn't even find the thing. But anyway, we got there. We carried on. If you guys are hearing this, it's worked. Woo-hoo. It's worked. It's worked amazingly. Very good. Well, I've been much the same. It's been pretty flat out with all sorts of stuff, but I've got a few little stories to tell and stuff as we go along. But we have probably since our last show, we have had an announcement for a match. I reckon we alluded to, we talked about the one happening up in Queensland, Bigoton. That's the B word I'm looking for. That pretty much has filled up, I believe.
Oh, wow.
The team match, good team matches. I suspect we've been waiting one for a while, so I think that'll be excellent. I believe it's filled up. Guys, if you are in Queensland or can get to Queensland, it's like the last weekend, or I think somewhere around the 23rd of September. Get in touch with the Bigoton guys because chances are that maybe some of those teams that have booked in might not actually be able to get there through shutdowns or whatever happens. So especially if you're close by and can get there, get along and help out or get involved or put your name on the wait list and register. So
definitely.
I think that would be a good team matches. Always can bring an interesting dynamic.
Well, that's it. And you can feed off and learn so much from another person as well, just working closely with them, bounce ideas off of one another and not only working together on the match, but also give each other like pointers. You'll be able to pick up on bits and pieces like trigger pulls or flinching or, just ideas. So
yeah, or harassment of the other team member.
That's
which is highly on the list and certainly
always encouraged.
Well, the joy is that you've got a single target to refine your art of sledging over the course of the weekend. And I know you're meant to be on the same team, but
you could really get to know the person, and then the next match, you'll hammer him.
You'll have all the when you go back off team to a normal match. That would be fantastic. Excellent. Well, the other thing that's been ticking along for me is Gear Night has been growing along, and you've joined in on a couple of episodes.
Yeah.
And they are I think they've been good. The feedback has been good. Let's put it that way.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what I think of them. The feedback has been good, which is excellent. We just wrapped up with Aussie last week, and then the one tomorrow night. By the time this gets out, that would have already aired. But that's one with Adam from Three Gun Tactical, who is making a few comments here on the chat as well on Insta, which is excellent. But one that I did a couple of weeks ago, and I don't know if you watched this one at all, but it was with Serge from Reloading Studio.
Oh, I did watch a bit of it, yes.
Yeah, and so Reloading Studio is this software that I think I alluded to on the last episode about. Sort of, we got contacted years ago about it, and then out of the blue, he dropped us a message, and so we did a show on it. He took us through all of it. Man, it's pretty extensive.
Yeah, it looked so in depth and could be a little bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
You'd say.
Yes, but he's step by step through it, and very quickly you're like, that would be an option to count how many rounds. It'll automatically deduct the powder, and it order all these sort of things. Yeah, that just makes sense. You just put the data in and track it along. So there's some really cool little features in there. I think it's worthwhile. But the reason I bring it up is that he gave us a free package to give away. And the deal was we put up on the Insta Impact Dynamics, which, by the way, if you aren't following Impact Dynamics, it's follow the podcast if you like. That's where the action happens and giveaways happen. So
It's called Impact Dynamic.
yeah, get onto that. What do I call it?
Impact Dynamic.
Okay, good.
I was just making sure that they heard.
yeah. What was that name again, Andy? All right. So what we asked was to put up on Facebook. Now I realised that this wasn't. We said, we'll announce this on the podcast, and then realised it was all about memes. So it's not going to be brilliant. But anyway, here we go. Strap yourselves in. This will be wild. So to enter, you had to post a GIF or a meme that best described. Now I've clicked off a button and we've gone off somewhere else. I've created a job. Who wants a job? Anyone? Apparently, I've created a job listing on Facebook now for the podcast. Maybe a writer,
social media organisation,
maybe just some new
how to organise a podcast,
new hosts, everyone. Okay, good. All right, now we're back on. We're back onto the competition. Here we go. So thanks to Serge at Reloading Studio, which you can check out, by the way, reloadingstudio.com. We have one free pass to give away to the full version of Reloading Studio. So to enter, we'll post a GIF or meme that best sums up your current method of keeping your data organised or lack thereof. So, Andy, you and I are the judges here. It's basically we're going with whichever gets the biggest giggle. That's what we're after. What are you doing there? You're going live as well. I thought you'd be doing double live.
No.
Okay.
I just got it so I can see the comments.
Oh, okay.
If people want to talk to me.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha. Oh, Andy Little's joined the stream. Look out. Okay, so from Travi. So you're saying if I actually record my data, my groups will get better.
No. I tried that.
No reaction.
I tried that.
Right. From Kieran Williams, he's got the red and blue button decisive here. On red button, write your recipes on the top of your reloading bench with a Sharpie or a texter. And the blue, keep a detailed spreadsheet with all your reloading data and a backup data book. And Kieran is indicating that he would press the red die every time. Does that sum you up?
That's
Oh, we found it. We found the meme that most relates to Andy.
That's because I've done that.
Good. Red buttons all around.
My first 270, I wrote 53 grains of powder.
Yeah.
This bullet, this seating depth.
Yep.
That was it.
Mate, at least you wrote it.
Yeah.
You wrote it. You're forward on many people there. Okay, cool. I put up one that was just error. Dave Hawkins has flicked us a data sheet, and that's it, and some motivational words. That's good.
Just send it.
Yeah, just send it. Good. I like this one. Noel West put up a picture of Jesus, said Jesus wept. That one made me giggle. Well done, Noel. That's my favourite so far. Paul has entered a bottle of vodka, peppermint schnapps. Wow. Okay. Yeah,
Is that how you record data?
That's how he records data.
Drink the bottle and forget it?
Liquid form. Oh, good. Ryan, I organised all my templates into folders, so I guess you can say that things are getting pretty serious. He's way too organised. He doesn't need this. He's already got this system going for him.
Yep.
Scott is probably indicating how old he is because he's got hieroglyphics etched into a tablet.
He's cranking out the chisel and hammer.
I like it. Jacob has got the meme of Homer trying to hit the computer with a broom.
Yep.
So good, accurate. Different Jacob has got a SpongeBob running around with paper going everywhere. And it's on fire. Oh, brilliant! Just saw that at the end.
That's good.
That's a contender. That's a contender.
That's a good one.
Daniel says got I don't know what
Can
the
you explain
actual,
this to me?
Yeah, why don't you explain this to me like I'm 5? Fair. Ian has a dumpster on fire on a ice hockey rink.
I mean, if you're changing to a new rifle,
Ian plays ice
See
hockey
you later.
actually, so fair enough. Darcy's got the guy tapping his forehead, because he's real smart. I like this one. Kenny's put up the from Zoolander when they're banging on trying to get the files out of the Apple Mac.
Yeah.
The files are in the computer.
I'm sure this new software will work a lot better than that.
Yeah, probably he's probably disqualified himself there because he may
Can't use computers.
All right, so here's the free code, and he'll write it on the screen. This program sucks. It's horrible. All right, good. Then we've got some cats playing. Dave, you're out, mate. There's cats involved, so you're gone.
A floppy.
Ryan's got the floppy drive. Yeah, that's good. Butters has just it's got a tumbleweed just going along.
That's his win call.
And then Brad has Sheldon just throwing up. I was figuring someone would post that one. All right, I'm going to back Jesus Wept. That made me laugh when I saw it. I just mate. If you can make if you can make Jesus Wept Jesus cry about your data keeping, that's pretty impressive.
That's it. That's a good one.
Any preference for you, mate, or are we going to give it to
the one about the Sharpie, just because I can relate to that so well.
Kieran. Yeah. Kieran does get like a 15 to 20% knockback, like wind down of meme because he's so good at memes.
Yep.
Otherwise, he would win every meme competition. So just put a 20% factor there in on Kieran because he's meme heavy.
Righto.
Yeah, he's a god
the
amongst
SpongeBob
memes.
one was good.
SpongeBob was good, especially the bit where it was on fire.
Yep.
I like that.
Well done.
Kenny, we don't want Kenny writing on his computer
down.
screen. So Butters did make me laugh, but he's lying. Yeah. we know he's lying.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Do you want to go with what do you want to go with?
I'm happy with Jesus Wept.
Jesus Wept. All right, Noel. Fantastic, mate. And look, we might even hit up Surge if there's a secondary price. So we'll give that a go. But Noel, well done, mate. We'll be in touch. Jesus Wept, sensational.
Well done, mate.
Good stuff. Reloading Studio coming straight at you guys. If Keeping Data needs some improvement, it's a solid system, good options, and Surge is consistently. He does this on the side and does it because he enjoys it, and he's basically just any money he makes from it's gone back into it. So look forward to that. That'd be sensational. Excellent, mate. Very good. Well, we did just chew up a whole stack of show just talking about memes. Oh, that's sorry to the guys who came here for shooting content. Actually, should have apologised years ago. Anyway, we did actually want to talk about some shooting stuff, and we probably actually will have some questions kicking in through Insta, so we'll get to them shortly. But we were talking before the show about like
Doing a podcast.
We haven't quite got round to that, but we'll let you guys know when we do. But for the time being, we were talking about that this year is for many of us a bit of a obviously there's no matches or there's not many matches on, but we're starting to ramp up with matches. So the Steel Slam is back. The one at Monado, which is excellent. Of course, it's still a state of origin between SA and Victoria, and I've
got a good feeling about this one.
I think SA is going to bring the cup again.
Yeah.
I think your minimum 3 required to represent Victoria. So there might be 1 or 2 who've already snuck over the border, but I don't think we're going to get 3. So looking forward to SA retaining the cup on that.
That's it, nice.
But that's good. Obviously, you got the match up in Queensland. I think you'll see a lot more of that sort of localised but bigger match. And then we've got a longer range PRS style match, as we've alluded to before. The dates have been confirmed for that mid-November. So if you are in SA, or probably by then maybe New South Wales, be able to come over or whatever. I think that's going to go out to about 1,100 or thereabouts. bouts.
Yep.
With the PRS sort of
Sounds good.
style on a gallery range. So we pinched all your ideas for stages on that.
I'm going to need to work out my data past 500, I think.
Good plan. Yeah, well, given the way you did all right in the box to 1,000, so okay. Yeah, just maybe work on your data at 100 meters a little bit more, so it might be more useful.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, good. Anyway, we got onto the fact of more matches coming up.
Yeah, and this year being like a sort of a
Almost a freebie, almost just sort of
like
prepping.
like sorting out your kit. You know, just getting everything squared away. You know what you're doing.
Well, I think for some people they've gone with the path of like, hey, all right, I've got sort of another year to get ready for PRS, and so they've done that. They've bought scopes and bits and pieces and all that sort of gear.
Yep.
Whereas I think others, particularly guys who have competed or been involved with it, have kind of gone, oh yeah, all right, cool. Well, we'll just do some dry fire and stuff, and maybe they did for a couple of weeks, and maybe they did it as part of an Impact Dynamics challenge for a while, and then.
Yep.
And then just haven't for 3 months or 4 months, and
Like I said, my mags are rusty. So what does that tell you?
So I think what having these matches kick back in, especially for us here in SA, is now we've got some motivation to actually
That's it.
Square some gear away and bits and pieces, and the joy being that they're not overly serious because we guaranteed to lock up the state of origin, so they're not overly serious now, and so the point being that we can experiment with some gear, and it's a really good opportunity to do that.
Definitely.
Outside the season.
Yep.
So you were talking about some changes you might make to some of your setup. I just pull the trigger, so to speak, on a new scope and some other bits and pieces that are coming. So tell us where your head's at, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, I probably should have started this a long time ago, but back when COVID first hit. But I've been toying with the idea of replacing my barrel, which I feel as if I'm leaving it a bit late, but it'll get done. It'll get there.
You'll get there.
The other thing I did was I bought.
So staying same caliber, same.
Yes,
staying Creed more.
Staying with the 6.5 Creed.
Yeah.
I've worked up even though the load will change, but I've got all the gear for it. I know the round. I know the data like in my head relatively well.
Yep.
So so a barrel change. Still going to stick with the TAC A1. I've recently purchased a heavy feel medium bag.
Yes.
From Low-Vis Gear, and I have been toying with that a little bit, and I'm pretty happy with that. So
nice.
Really good size. It's not like over huge, but still got a good amount of weight to it. I'm excited to actually take some shots off of it.
Yeah, nice.
As a rear bag, that thing is a brick. Once it's in position and settles in, it doesn't move. So happy with that. Also, got a little data book yet to write in it.
Did you write your name at least? So if you lose it,
No.
Okay, good.
So
do you actually on all your gear? Do you write in like black text on the foot of your gear, Andy? You definitely should do that.
Not all my gear has a foot.
No, we'll put feet
But
on more of your gear.
I have written my name on a few items. Classic one is my Year 12 rugby top, where it says A little on the back.
Yep.
My mum thought it'd be a great idea to write A little just inside the collar, just in case I lost it. So, classic. Thanks, Mum.
Great. Excellent.
But yeah, that's not a bad idea. Definitely name your gear, because there are a lot of bags and stuff out there that look similar.
Actually,
there's a lot of gear.
That
looks similar.
That wasn't the intention of what I brought it up, but
No.
you're a really good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair call.
I mean, the pump pillows and things like that are getting around, and everything looks the same. Everything's multicam; it just blends together, and you're like, "Crap, which one was mine?"
Yeah. And then no doubt you're like, I'll buy it in tan because no one's using tan, and then that week everyone's using tan.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the way.
So, other than that, not a whole lot. Just the new bag. Hopefully, sorting out a barrel soon, and the data book, which I'll probably save till I get the barrel. And just start fresh there.
And start with it fresh. What barrel are you thinking? Have you chosen anything?
No.
Good.
6.5.
Perfect. Yep. Excellent.
Straight,
see what's about. Big and fat. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, nice. Well, I have a Burris XTR3 coming.
Woo. Jeez.
Yeah, which I'm keen on. Which I'm looking forward to. That should be here tomorrow.
Yep.
I reckon. So
Nice.
yeah, looking forward to that. That's an SCR2 reticle, which I've cast a brief eye over a couple of times,
Yep.
several times, and
You got a
reticle's option.
Have you got a picture of that reticle?
Yeah, there'd be one online. We could probably like Google it or something. But you know,
I believe we have the technology for that.
well, it's been failing pretty miserably so far tonight with our attempted streams. But anyway, we are here. All right, there's an image of the SCR2 mil reticle. There you go. So there's a little
Oh, nice.
cross in the center or a little
Yep.
dot in the center. Yeah, seems everything I need it to be. It'll outshoot me.
Yep. Does the that centre line, how you've got the mills sort of like waving side to side,
Yep.
that you don't think that will put you off at all or anything? Because I looked at something similar.
It's not going to help me or
And it's-
hinder me.
No.
No.
Help you all in. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess they come down to point twos,
Yeah.
which is useful.
pretty
rather than
fine,
Sort
yep.
of point five.
Yep.
And that's why they sort of do flick side to side, so you can sort of tell where you are. Yeah, so I think that's going to be fine. It sort of creates a good aiming point between 0.4 and 0.6. So
Yep.
you've got your 0.5 sort of option is sitting in between there. I think it's going to be. We'll see.
Yeah. I do like the centre little dots there. It's sort of like when you focus right in on a target,
Yep.
and then you just haven't got anything clouding that that target except one little dot.
Yeah, that floating centre, I do like. I really like, and that's one of the things I liked out of the EBR. See, it's actually a little cross on these ones rather than a little dot.
Oh, right.
But it's
so small.
quite small.
Yep.
Yeah. So you
And then having your mills above it as well.
Yep.
Because I know something like, obviously with some scopes, just got the plain horizontal line. Sometimes if you want to dial out to a further target, but also sort of hold under for a closer one, that's useful.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that's reticle is going to be useful. I'm looking forward to getting one of those in, and that's going to end up residing on the 6GT, which is the plan. Although I might throw it on the 223 just to get
used to it
to get it running, get some time behind the glass. So that's good. The other thing, so here's one thing I'm thinking, man. I wanted to get your thoughts on it. So I've got the 6GT, which is the impact. Where are you going? 6 GT, which is in the impact action and KRG chassis and all that sort of gear. And then because I had a 223,
Yep.
I thought, look, maybe I'll, I threw that into a KRG and it's sort of almost a mirror. It doesn't have the fore end. I'm waiting on that, but it'll end up being pretty similar. But my 223 was back in the day. We were building really heavy guns because we were just trying to shoot long range and we weren't moving. We were driving and then get out and put on the ground.
Yep.
That was it. And so we went with the biggest barrels we could get. And then I built a 223 as a copy of my 260 with a big barrel on it. And given my notorious back issues, I have had problems with that gun being just so the balance is poor and the weight of it is not great either.
Yep.
And even if I balanced it better, it would still be heavier than if I extend it all. I really get a lot of pain in one of my shoulders. So what I'm thinking of doing is I've put my 260 into another chassis. I'm going to sell that on. I'm thinking about putting my 223 into another chassis and sell that on because for the right people, that'll be an excellent gun.
Yeah,
or
definitely.
someone stronger. Perhaps that might work as well. And then get a new impact action and just do a straight copy of my 6GT.
A complete, like, legit trainer.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. And just cull out a couple. I got a 22 BR and on a Stiller action, a couple other sort of guns that great to have, but I just don't use enough as much as I would these ones. So I'm thinking of sort of culling a few of those things.
Yeah, sort of cutting back and focusing on the nice.
trainer and then thinking something around the 22 as well.
Yep.
Maybe someone sneezed and kind of sounded like they said voodoo. But I'm not sure if I heard them correctly. But
It's an odd sneeze.
It's an odd sneeze. It's an odd
Jeez.
sneeze. So the competition this week is to send us you sneezing while trying to say voodoo. Anyway. Well done. Well played.
There you go. Beat that.
Yeah, there you go. So send those audio or video clips in or tag us in. And voodoo sneeze comp.
You won't win a voodoo.
Hashtag voodoo sneeze. I'll send you a projectile warehouse hat.
There you go.
That's it. Anyway, so voodoo sneeze. How do we? No. So I'm thinking about doing. I guess where I'm going is maybe culling like a bunch of guns down and really just investing into my 223, my 6 GT, keeping the 338 lap, and then a 22 and having them all virtually the same looking things.
Yeah, perfect.
Same beasts. And yeah, I think that that's the way to go. It's just going to take some work to get all these guns up to the point where they're happy to sell them and that sort of stuff. So
yeah, I think having a pretty well complete copy is definitely worth it. My 223 has some, you might say, drastic variances, being it's in an MTT chassis, the ESS, so it's got a little step down where you've got the hand part. It's got a single stage trigger. The Tikka's got a 2-stage.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So there's some pretty
it's quite a
physically it sort of looks and feels the same. Recoil's about the same, but probably the two critical items being scope reticle's different and the trigger's different. Sort of throws me a bit. So I just got to be mindful of that. But
right.
I think the closer you can get it to.
Well, see, because mine's are basically at the moment they're basically in the same chassis. One doesn't have the enclosed forend, the 2D3, and the trigger's the exact same, and the scope I've been not that I've been running the GT because we haven't got there yet, but I was intending to swap the scopes over accordingly, and then but the weight of the gun's actually pushed me away from shooting it not in a rested position. I remember a little while ago at the club, I had to get people to move my gun for me because I couldn't actually pick it up because I had some real problems. So that's obviously not the position I want to be in, and I'm real hesitant. Even if my back is fine that day, I'm still super hesitant about like building any positions with it where I could be stretching or anything. So I think I'm probably going to press the go button on doing that. So probably have some guns that I want to move on that I just don't use enough.
No, I can understand that. I've got a few old ones in mind that just haven't seen lead for years. And but I keep thinking, well, it's not costing me anything to have them, so
that's right. And I think now's a good time to sort of do a whole bunch of this sort of gear. So that's it. So that's I guess my plans, my hopes and dreams, and what we're working towards. You got a new barrel on the cards.
Soon to be on the cards.
Yeah. Well, what's stopping you from making it happen?
Just myself. That's about it.
Right. So, Danny, if you're watching, can you just order him a proof barrel for a 6.5 Creed? Done.
Yeah.
Just assuming that Danny's watching this and it's all just happened and you haven't told him not to, so it's underway.
True. Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that. Great.
Done.
Thanks, Delta. Brilliant. But what else? Like so I had a guy ring up yesterday and I was chatting with him. I believe he's a listener of the show and follows us in bits and pieces, and he asked about sort of getting a few things set up. Because he wants to take it sort of seriously, enjoy himself, and have some of the right kit. Now he's in an unusual circumstance where he's in Victoria currently, which I guess isn't that unusual. Plenty of people are Victoria, but as many people will know, and Victoria are in pretty tight lockdowns at the moment. And so the normal suggestion that I would make, even though I sell bags, is to say go to a comp. Or go to a match, or go to the range, and get hands on and play with stuff and do all
talk to
stuff.
people. And
we would have banged on about that many times on this show and Gear Night and other
people will throw bags at you.
Exactly right.
That's it.
Yeah, try and catch. And I said, that normally would be my advice, but obviously at the moment you can't, and you've got another 4 or maybe 6 weeks of the ability to dry fire and practice. And he said, yeah, absolutely. So just tell me what I should be grabbing, just so I've got something. I happy to change it later on if it's not perfect, but and so I'm interested to know what you would have suggested in that instance, and I can tell you what I suggested, but in terms of not necessarily specifics, but in terms of categories of bags, where do you go to first?
Well, my first bag I started with, and I think it's probably a relatively critical one, is a good rear bag. Because with that, if it's large enough, so if it's, you can fit it in your hand, use it as a rear bag. If in a pinch you need it, you could put it on a barricade, have a little bit of adjustment there.
Yes.
So I'd say a rear bag is number one. And then a barricade bag would be number two.
Yep.
And then if you want another bag, then a pump pillow. And that's essentially all I run is
That's the combo.
three bags. You've got a small rear,
Yep.
front positional
Yes.
barricade one, and then a pump pillow.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I didn't go as far as three because
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, again, I was mindful of he's going to get to practice with a couple, and I don't want the guy to buy like 15 bags and just
yeah.
be like, oh yeah, he's all the buy a couple and then get out there and use some and then pick up the extras you want. So yeah,
That's it.
recommended a barricade bag and a small rear and basically the same combination that I'm using. Well, he asked what I was using and told him that
Yep.
it was a fortune cookie, a mini fortune cookie, I should clarify, and then a run and gun from SAP.
Yeah,
and
perfect.
That's the 2-bag combo.
Yep.
There's other bags in the bag. That doesn't sound right. There's other bags in the kit, but and that's really something I've only sort of locked in though with the mini fortune cookie in recent times because I've got my hands on that SAP lightweight one, which I threw at you the other day.
Yeah, I was. I was expecting like a good thud. I don't know. I was expecting a lot more.
They're normally about sort of 3.5 kilos or so.
Yeah, I braced myself. I was like full squat, ready to take it, and that doesn't sound right either.
What were we doing at the
Edit
time?
that out. You were throwing bags at me. I was full squat.
And ready to take it.
Oh,
That'll make the promo. Yeah.
oh dear. Let me just write something on here.
Andy is addressing the outrage that's about to come through Instagram. Good. You've just got a couple of hearts.
But I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
It was a nice lightweight fill bag, something you could throw around quite easy.
As it is.
And
So-
yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's often a common combo. So that and then now is probably a really good time to be cranking slings, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. No, the look on your face has just changed. But
I don't know where mine is.
but in terms of dry fire practice, slings, now's
Yep.
downtime is a really good opportunity to be able to put them into use and watch some videos on them and get a really good idea around it. So, I have flirted with all sorts of various slings.
Yep.
And we'll now focus on using one and getting as good as I can with it.
Yeah, well, that's it. They're a tricky one to really get good and comfortable and familiar with. Mm-hmm. But if you do, and you can like take clean shots. It's an easy few points you can get on top of the next guy who might do heaps of positional practice but not practice slings at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those things that I should do a lot more of because I know that I fall pretty low in that area. But yeah,
You're a full squat for that one.
That's it. Full squat, slinging it up.
Three. Adam at 3 Gun Take Deal says he's going to put out a patch that says full squat take. Guess we just found our next T-shirt.
Yeah, I'll put that on. I'll put that somewhere.
Put that. Yeah, you will put that somewhere. All right, good. And the other thing that I need to square off. What you can't stay focused anymore, can you? No, he's lost it. He's lost it. We're down one. Sorry guys, it's down to a solo show. How disappointing.
I didn't realize all aspects just like covered everything,
Covered every single aspect. The other aspect that I wanted to delve into was reloading.
Yes.
Because over the last probably couple of years, because I've been running factory, because time has been challenging. All right, I'm going to face the other way now.
I can't read his message. Yes, so reloading.
Yes, reloading.
I'm going into reloading.
Yeah.
Matches coming up. Got to get into reloading.
I have been. I had sold off a bunch of my reloading gear because one, I wasn't using it. Two, I had intended this big upgrade at some point in the future.
Yep.
And we're nearing that some point in the future. Once that 6 GT rolls around and brass comes into the country and we're full squat and ready to take it, I will need to have my setup ready to rock and roll. So I've been intending to revamp my reloading gear. And so I guess I'm looking for suggestions from, I guess it'd be great to hear from people in a couple of regards, but some of their key reloading gear, some of the stuff that's been really, really valuable to them. And I can guess a bunch of it, but I'd love to hear. We'll ask that question, I think, in this next week. So ping us on Facebook or Insta or wherever it is, or if you happen to see Andy full squat, he'll be ready to take your answers. And I think the big thing that I want to go down the path of is the auto trickler.
Definitely.
And so that's sort of almost a given. Got to happen. I know it's a stack of coin, but I sold a couple of CBS auto tricklers and other bits and pieces. So I think that the Forster press that I'm currently running, I think that I probably would like to pick up a T7 from Reading.
Oh, yeah.
As well,
Nice one. Yep.
As the combo, so that running those two presses. Yep. Because I can set up all the 2 to 3 dies on that T7 and then really dedicate the Forster with that one. Yeah, no, I don't drive a Subaru, I'm sorry. And I can't actually load on the Forster.
Yeah, okay.
Either. So that's I reckon I can resize the brass off memory, but I can't actually seat the bullet, which is apparently an important part of reloading, from what I remember.
Can I use a hammer?
You could.
What are the critical reloading components?
So I've got a chip. We looked at it tonight. We looked on the reloading bench. It's looking pretty dismal at the moment. I've got a garrote trimmer. I know. Let me rephrase that. The things that I have are wonderful, and the reason I've kept the things that I've still got is because I don't think I can better them.
Yeah.
What I'm looking to do is then to fill the gaps of the stuff that I'm missing.
Yeah.
And look, here's the official plug, but we wanted to have a little look at this thing tonight. Was the Hornady just got these in recently, the Hornady Precision Measurement Station. Now this one's about to go out the door, so we're not going to pop him open or anything. We've got another one coming that I might look at hanging on to. But this is a little product from Hornady. So here's all the Projectile Warehouse plugs, but that'll do. You guys can decide if it's something you like or use. But it's this little base plate. It's about 3.5 kilos or so. It's got a bit of weight to it.
It's got a nice bit in there, nice weight to it. It's not going to move around on the bench easy, and
Yeah, and so it'll allow you to measure your ogive location, cartridge base to ogive, headspace location, overall case length, bullet run out, and bullet dents. Base weighs nearly 8 pounds. Anyway, I'm reading that, but it includes a bunch of bushings, comparators, and mounts, and then the actual gauge as well. So I think it's one of them might end up. I guess if you were going to measure and sort your projectiles accordingly, it's probably a really good option.
Definitely.
Same with your cases. If you're doing concentricity, like I've got a concentricity gauge, and I think the weight is a real advantage on this one, because that other one there, like you start spinning the case, and the whole thing sort of
things are moving a bit, and
So I'm impressed by it. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon it's great to get all of those functions out of one sort of station, instead of having 3 or 4 different measuring apparatus, and also the the gauge and all the dies, and just dealing with bits and pieces. This is all in one unit.
I like the fact that all those bits have a home on it.
Yeah, definitely. It's tidy. It looks rigid.
Yeah. So I think one of them may make its way onto the bench. I guess for guys who are sorting by their particular projectiles and cases and all that sort of gear, it's probably really common. I'm really debating whether I'm that guy or not. So
I know I'm
that's
not.
That's the only thing that's stopped me throwing one on the bench right now. But anyway, if any of you guys have one, I'd love to hear your actual hands on with it.
We'd love to borrow it.
Well, we're gonna get hands on with one shortly. Anyway, maybe next episode. This is a Bronte product, isn't it?
Oh gosh,
yeah,
no.
This.
It will be a Bronte product until he breaks something and then tries to repair it.
Yeah, but then he'll build his own.
Yeah, and then it's a Bronte product.
Yeah, then it's a Bronte product. You're right. No, but this is the type of thing that a bloke like Bronte would I think get into. So shame he's not here to have a look at it. I know what we'll do. Let's have one open on the next show with Bronte and get him to chisel. I mean, he can speak about it.
Bring his calibration tools and make sure it's all up to spec. And
it'll be good fun. But anyway, they're. That's good. So they look all right. They look all right. And another cool little feature thing sitting on there. So anyway, so I'm thinking about one of those to go into the mix, as well as the auto trickler. What else am I missing, mate? I've got dies, I've got press.
Dies, press, trimmer.
I have 2 presses, trimmers.
Trickler.
Yep. Yep.
Case prep station.
Yeah, well, I had one of them
Sort of
somewhere.
got.
Yeah,
It's around.
someone's got one of them somewhere that I probably can borrow. So,
Tell you what,
yeah.
I'll charge you for it.
Okay,
It's
cheers,
an
man.
hourly
Cheers.
rate.
Hourly rate, yeah, sensational, man. Sensational. Is that the one I lent you?
Nah.
That's the one I forgot I lent you.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, perfect. Nice, man. Very good.
Just thinking what else I have. Oh, you got your like overall length gauges or bits and pieces like that.
All bits and pieces. I've got all. I probably still got like all of that. Oh, no, I do have all of that. Basically, I looked through and it was just the upgrade. It was, I guess, what I'm doing with the guns at the moment.
Cleaning. What are you going to do cleaning wise?
Cleaning of the gun.
Brass cleaning.
Brass cleaning. That's a really good point. Yeah,
So many options.
there is.
Media tumblers, wet stainless steel,
Yeah.
ultrasonic.
All right.
So many options.
We've got a poll. There will be a poll at some point on Facebook or something. We want to know what you guys are running, what you're using, and how it's working for you, because we've got some decisions to make.
I've done all 3.
Oh, you've done all 3. What's your take on it? If you could lead the witness now, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, so I started with a dry media tumbler,
Yep.
the corn cob stuff.
Yep, that's what I started with as well.
Yeah, I found that pretty good. It just takes a while, and then emptying it out, wiping off dust if there is dust, and primer or like flash hole checking every single piece of brass. It just takes a little bit of time.
Yep.
Then moved over to an ultrasonic cleaner.
Yep.
That worked quite well, actually. I was quite surprised. I did get just a small eBay one, which you couldn't put heaps of brass in there. I found that the less you put in there, the better it works.
Okay.
That did work quite well, and that was quite quick as well.
Yep.
I'd only put it in there for 15, 20 minutes, give it a little stir, and then another 5 minutes just to make sure I got everything off. And then there was just the rinsing and drying part of that, which I'd let it dry overnight.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And now I'm doing the stainless steel media tumbler. And
Okay.
I reckon that one's given the best results.
Yes, I agree with that.
Cleans
Yeah,
everywhere.
Schmick as.
and shiny as, if you're into that.
Yep. That helps you shoot better, doesn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
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 I mean, I even after I don't know what other people do, but after I have lubed my cases and resized them, I will throw them back in the tumbler without stainless steel, so just a bit of detergent just to get off all the lube, and that way there's no chance of dust getting stuck to the cases and or sand if you're out in the scrub. But yeah, I found that works really well, and then rinsing them in just in water and stuff. I get the best results out of that.
Yep. Yeah.
I've got an air food dehydrator to dry them.
Yep.
And that thing, like just go to any sort of Good Guys or any sort of homeware shop.
Yep.
And it was like $30.
Yeah,
And
right.
It cuts it like 2 hours and everything's dry.
Yep.
It's good. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
okay.
worth it.
All right, well, there's the option, guys. We'll run a poll. Check it out on Facebook, and we want to see what you guys are talking about. I'm just scrolling back here through the comments before we wrap up from our Instagram viewers, which is awesome. There's a question here from Farmboy Oz 1980. Question to you guys: can you go the lever action example 3034 PRS? Yeah, you could. Would you recommend it, Andy?
Not really.
Why would you not recommend it?
I'd say recoil management and being able to spot your impacts or misses on that. Your tube fed, I'd presume,
Yep.
and also in position trying to operate a lever if you're prone or if you're up against a barricade.
Sure.
Sure, you can do it. It will just be a little bit restricting.
Yep.
Might be a plus side if you've got any standing stuff, but
Sure. Yep.
yeah, I think for the most part, it
Yeah.
would just be a bit tricky. But it'd be fun. I mean, still be fun.
It'd be one of the ones that if you wanted to get involved at a club level and that's
Yeah.
what you had, cool, get along and
Definitely.
probably have a crack. But it's gonna suffer all sorts of challenges. Like how many times you're nice and prone and low and or in limited space and trying to work a lever underneath your gun could
That's
be
it. Yeah.
could be a real challenge just doing that, and then having to empty your your tube
Just
magazine
every time
after each stage. Could be annoying.
Hmm.
Yeah, there'd probably just be practical applications that would make that more challenging. Let alone 30-30 is not really a caliber that's known for being great at 500 meters plus.
Yep.
It's not inherently accurate. They're pretty limited in projectiles that you can run in it. The FTXs spring to mind. That'd be a good option, and have shot them out to several hundred meters, but not in comp settings. So we certainly wouldn't aim to use one of those intentionally, but don't let that stop you from having a good time.
Yeah, give it a crack. Just know your limitations and sort of practice with it, and so you get the feel of it, I guess, a little bit. But it'd still be fun.
Always. 30-30 is good fun. Absolutely. As long as you yell yeehaw while you're shooting it, that's probably what. Maybe we'll get that written into the PRS rules that if you are running
lever action,
you've got to yell yeehaw at least once per 30-second stage. Good. All right. Good. Adam asks, what dies are you thinking, mate? I've got I generally will run Reading dies. I've got a set of Type S dies for the GT. For 2-3, I've got just a standard set of deluxe dies, and then my 260 actually has got a competition dies, which
nice.
I will I guess move on, because if I'm going to move the gun on, they'll go with it.
Yep.
But yeah, pretty much all Reading dies that I have been running. I've had RCBS and Forster and Dylan and I think I've even run some Lees for a period of time there.
Yeah, right. You tried the Hornady stuff?
No, do you know that's one set of dies that I haven't, and work related. I've just this week we'll have about 10 or 15 Hornady die sets come in, because I think they're excellent value for that sort of $100-ish mark or a bit under. I think they're a really good option and to upgrade from the Lees. But I in more recent times I haven't bought tons and tons of dies, so I've been luxurious enough to be able to buy a real nice set. And I think Reading ticked that box really well.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the components that you splash out to start with, and you get yourself a good set of dies. Make sure you look after them.
Don't treat them like you treat mags.
That's it.
Yeah.
And
we've all been there though. Yep.
And they will last you a lifetime. Yeah.
Yeah, you bet. So I think dies are good. That is one. Unfortunately enough, I don't have to do anything about, because I've got dies, and that'll be good. Anything else we're gonna upgrade this year, or change, or tweak out, or practice, or anything along those lines?
I think I just need to practice a whole lot more.
Yep.
And just get more familiar with the setup I've got. I think if you're changing and switching between stuff too much and too often, you don't really settle down and get to know your gear.
Yeah, more practice. No one's going to argue with that.
No.
So I think I need to practice more. Yeah, no, you probably do, mate. Probably do.
I mean, I am looking at buying a handgun soon, because I do have my H1 license.
Yep.
So I need to fill that sort of void in my life.
Okay. Right.
But that's about it. Yeah, I'm not.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I need a handgun.
Okay, good. Yeah.
No, just at the moment it's at that point of needing something, so I don't have to keep borrowing people's to get my shoots in.
The awkwardness of asking a question and someone says no to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Understood. Yep.
I'll definitely stick with 22. Just to start with,
Keep it cheap.
It's cheap. You just get familiar with using handguns, and just working on all the fundamentals of shooting a handgun, and deal with the recoil side of it later on. Yeah, that's about it.
Brilliant. Easy. Well, I reckon we covered a couple of things there, and done. We've done enough stupidity. We've certainly met our quota for stupidity on this podcast. But, in fact, we're overachievers in some way.
That's it.
Finally, we
It's been amazing.
Something.
What a good night.
That's all right. Yeah, no doubt. Adam is on Gear Night tomorrow night. This is really for the live guys, because all the guys who let me talk about Gear Night for a moment. Because we did the Impact Dynamics live show when COVID kicked in. That was 49 episodes. I remember them well. and they were back to back 6 nights a week, and it was good. I enjoyed doing it. It was good fun. We got to interview a whole stack of people, and then I had to move on with some other projects. But that was excellent. But really missed the format once it wrapped up. So I wanted to do something, and often, and tonight's been an exception as well. But often we shy away from talking a lot of in-depth gear and top-level gear and stuff. And so we thought, well, what about if we created a dedicated show that just talks equipment? And just does that. So that is what Gear Night's about. It is not limited to precision rifle. Adam just hit the message saying look forward to chatting about handguns tomorrow. It is we elaborate into other areas, but it's basically like just interviewing someone each show and talking about their gear journey. So we had Ozzy on the show last week, and of course he's touched on so much equipment. We could have done 10 shows with him. There's just so much there, and we had Danny from Delta on there, and Jay and a whole stack of guys, and more lined up and talk. So I'm looking forward to that, and that is the intention there is it's a weekly show. If you like this podcast audio format, you can find it on the Impact Dynamics live stream, which is a podcast stream as well. So check that out. I guess it's a bit of a sister channel in that regard. And they're much more of a just grab the audio from the live thing. So don't expect the polished refinement you get from us here. But anyway, that's good. So hopefully you guys get some stuff out of that one, and we'll continue make stuff, especially thinking of our Victorian friends and who are stuck, locked away, and can't do much else. So you're stuck with us. Sorry, guys.
Thanks for listening to the Precision Shooting Podcast. To continue the discussion, check out our Facebook page. And for more information, head to our website, www.precisionshootingpodcast.com.au. This episode was brought to you by Impact Dynamics.